All right, welcome to another episode of the Total Connector. It's all about total Bitcoin, total crypto, total blockchain, total decentralization. All right, let's go right into the thing I want to talk to you about. Let me see. There we go. All right, today is January 11th, 2019. Got to get used to that. Time flies by so fast. Yesterday was actually, if you wanted to have a chance, yesterday actually on January 10th was a pretty good time to accumulate or buy into Bitcoin, at least, start accumulating. Right now, today we have January 11th is right now at around 1 p.m. Central European Time. Bitcoin stands at around 3,199.27, so around 3,200 euros. If you want to have it in dollars, no problem. Here you got in dollars, that's $3,687. But yesterday it went, since I don't know the dollar thing, it was already down to approximately 3,140, even down to 3,130 euros. So it had a really nice dip where you could have if you wanted to start accumulating again. So this is the short-term analysis here. Let me see on the graph on coinmarketcap.com. Yeah, so this is where it was. Let me see, January. Yeah, this you see the dip. Yeah, so it had gone right to approximately 3,000, somewhere between 3,130 to 3,150. But nevertheless, it's volatile. Of course, it's volatile. Now, in connection with that, I wanted to show you this article. You can read it for yourself. It's not too long, but it's pretty interesting, really interesting. It's on bitcoinmagazine.com. The title is Research Firm Charts Unspent Bitcoin and Calls a Market Bottom in Q1 2019 by Colin Harper. And was actually published yesterday. And it starts with the questions: how many unspent Bitcoins exist? How many Bitcoins have been lost? And how many Bitcoins are left sitting in wallets? And how does this affect price? So I find this analysis pretty interesting because I want to, don't want to go into detail, right? Because you can read it for yourself. But sort of in a conclusional note, it says the purpose of this analysis is to provide insight on Bitcoin holder patterns to improve our educated guess on the timing of the price bottom. As we say within the report, we don't believe this analysis should function as an indicator on its own, but rather it should be used in combination with other relevant data to make the most informed decision possible, says Delphi Digital on Bitcoin Magazine. And then it goes on, plenty of industry advancements and events could disrupt the projected cycle. Delphi Digital continued to explain, most notably, it expects the maturation of the Lightning Network and general adoption to tame volatility. Moreover, it also anticipates that the next halvening around May 2020 will also dampen the selling pressure. Now, what's interesting, because we gotta recapitulate on this really important subject and question. First of all, we don't know for sure, like 100%, how many Bitcoins have been lost since the inception of Bitcoin. But conservatively speaking, I would agree that, just conservatively speaking, that around 2 to 3 million Bitcoins have been lost because whatever, okay, somebody screwed up, they lost the wallets, they lost the private key, so they can't access it anymore, whatever reasons, okay, or people died, and people die, people get lost, whatever, get hijacked, or or abducted or whatever, and then and if they don't preventively take care of their hereditary issues, which I actually talk about in my last article, which I submitted, my very long article. I'm not sure whether it's going to be an article or a pretty short book. It's more than 40,000 words. But anyway, so, you got to take care of your hereditary issues, just people, or at least some kind of multi-signature wallet, or some kind, people that you trust, beloved ones, your family, your partner, whatever, your children, your children. So you somehow, or, just leave it somewhere, trustful source. I mean, I don't want to say notary, but, if that's the last resort, then yeah, why not? If then you notarize it, you do your testament, and you leave back in case something happens to you get hit by a bus, then at least your your loved ones, your beloved ones, your whoever we want to pass on that wealth. You should leave back the private keys, and whatever codes and pins or backups or whatever is necessary, to. I want to make this short. So read this article for yourself. Check it out, and let me see what else I have. Please support me if you want, so I can, mainly, to be able to work independently on my own, investigatively, scientifically, do my own due diligence, research, and deliver value, information, knowledge, sharing knowledge, and background, insider, whistleblower knowledge, and especially, information, knowledge, understanding, comprehension on Bitcoin, on the crypto space, on investments, on, anything goes, and so I can, so I don't have to somehow compromise my messages. I don't have to publish on, on institutionalized peer review, whatever platforms or journals, which, is very, very extremely, first of all, not only is it extremely hard, but it's, they want you to somehow adjust your message, adjust your content, or it's to whatever they'd say, it's too legal, political, or it's polemical, or whatever. I mean, I did publish legal articles like more than 15 years ago on product liability in connection with the internal documents of the tobacco industry. There wasn't a problem, in German-speaking legal journals, very renowned, famous. And prestigious legal journals. But anyway, so if you want to support me, go on patreon.com/totalconnector, or if you want to, transfer me some, donation to paypal.com. PayPal, let me see, what is that? PayPal, that's paypal.me. PayPal.me, it's in the description, the video description below. PayPal.me/Keyvan Davani, or if you want to send me some Satoshis, that's tipping, TIPPIN.me / at Keyvan Davani. So it's all there. So I want to deliver value to you guys and to the whole community, to the whole humanity, civilization. So we prosper, we blossom, we flourish, and we want to, that's my intention with all of us, to decentralize the system. So we have finally hardest money that that does not is exactly the opposite of what we have right now, and that is. The fiat's inflationary central banking controlled debt-based Keynesianisms, and it only disrupts. This is, we have a system that is not even really economical. It's actually centralized. It's socialized. It's a super socialism. It's centralized. It's directed. It's steered. It's manipulated. And what we need is to take out the production, the issuance of money out of the hands of the governments, and primarily out of the hands of the central banks, culminating within the Bank of International Settlements, where all the central banks, private bankers, privately owned and controlled, of course. Again, control and own the Bank for International Settlements and have and have huge impact, make huge decisions for humanity that affects and involves everybody, and has devastating repercussions. Economically, socially, financially, existentially. So yeah, please help me, help yourself, help your whole family. I want to deliver value. I want to deliver knowledge, and you can follow me on Facebook slash facebook.com/the Total Connector. On Twitter, my handle is at Keyvan Davani. You can also add me on LinkedIn, and yeah, that's about it. So it's all about delivering value. Oh, by the way, before I say goodbye to you guys, I want to read you a couple of nice, very interesting posts by Kay Kimani. This very high, solid, very trustworthy, ethical, and knowledgeable and very experienced CEO of spectre.ai, and the first brokerless, first fraudless actually, a trading platform, and then they have got this gaming platform, of course. And then it says, as it stands, crypto CCs more to use, and that won't change for years. The answer is vetting or lack thereof. In the traditional fundraising sector, FFF, VC, venture capitalists, there is due diligence. So generally speaking, capital finds the smartest or more proven entrepreneurs. Whereas in ICO world, any asshole, whether it's true of the street, could do a white paper, a good-looking website, and voila, millions raised. Most likely, yes, quite a few parties are exploiting security tokenized, offerings. Even Spectre Exchange has started a very tiny steering committee with an EU-regulated family office to possibly bring the first STO to market in one iteration. With regards to treasury systems, yes, this helps too, and was the original vision of the decentralized autonomous organization before it was hacked. Yes, definitely. Again, talks are very preliminary, purely exploratory at the moment. The person we are speaking to is a very senior Barclays wealth manager who joined the family office to steer the wealth management solutions. The finally executed STOs can revive confidence in Ethereum and make it break at all-time high, but needs to be done properly. So, again, we know, by now, we know Bitcoin is the only, in terms of monetary, hardest money store of value, medium exchange, unit account within a holistic macroeconomical ecosystem. That's Bitcoin, okay? Because it's the hardest money. It's absolutely totally limited with 21 million coins. It has the secret and magic sauce of the difficulty adjustment, but when it comes sort of to securing, even though I think I'm not a cryptographic algorithm programmer, core developer, whatever, but I do still think in the future, even what Ethereum does right now, like smart contracts, it could be done eventually, via whatever layer on the Bitcoin, layer. And I'm sure it's already being done or experimented or whatever, developed. So this is my personal opinion. But when it comes to all these shit coins and it's a lot of shit has been going on, and 98% of all these ICOs are really scam tokens. They're incompetent, fraudulent. And I hope the people who have been deceived or somehow led to believe or that they can get a return investment through that, but a majority of those ICOs were just, they were just white papers, all right, and that's why I and many other people told you, and we all made our experiences, of course, all right. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, question everything, and you got to understand, what is going on. You got to question everything. The team, what's the roadmap? What do they deliver? Or do they deliver numbers, data, products? What do they do? So I think in this space now with the SEC and regulatory compliance and new regulatory legal framework, but still giving the technological development, air to breathe, to develop, to evolve. This is going to, we're going to become, this is become much more in this space, more serious. It's going to be, I guess, more transparent, easier, and more verifiable to invest into a real project. Okay, and there's really just a really, really tiny handful of projects. One of them is Spectre, or the Red Energy platform, or SHP, because they do deliver, they do give, their investors a return of investment, a sentiment fee, a kind of a rewards, a dividend, whatever you want to call it, some kind of product, some kind of functional, a return of investment, a reward, and that's what people are, generally are there for, right? I mean, it's of course, I emphasize, the ethical aspects of it. The sustainable aspect of it, the long-term aspect, but in the end of the day, at the end of the day, people want a return of investment, right? But so, nevertheless, focus for now on on the root of this, of all the symptoms and problems we have, and that is the monetary financial central banking structure. Okay, and we gotta first solve this problem before we can that's what I say. You cannot build an ecosystem around a toxic, inflationary and criminal system, and that's what it is. All right, because if you look at it, and I've been doing for years my research, the Bank for International Settlements, the central banks, the privately owned controlled U.S. Federal Reserve System, privately owned, right, and they are part again of the Bank for International Settlements, and they are actually above the law. Literally, they are above the law. They are politically, legally, factually absolutely immune, untouchable, and factually uncontrollable. Okay, they can do whatever they want. Okay, and they get all the tentacles and instruments with Basel. Basel committee here and financial advisory board there. The secretary is here with experts inside and all the complex structures. But at the end of the day, they make the decisions within, and they have a huge impact on the globally, on that's why they keep the interest rates low on for states and governments, because they are the ones who can make, who can go easily into debts and don't have to have a lot of self-capital requirements, right? And it's much harder for like businesses or entrepreneurs and real economy to invest, right? So they make it, of course, much more easy because they have an agenda, right? They have an intention to indebt the nations, the governments, the people of those nations again, because who's going to pay at the end? It's an illegal taxation, right? So and don't forget, we have a global debt bubble of that's just official number of $250 trillion dollars. All right. That's $250 trillion, all right? That's a quarter of a quadrillion, and that's just the official number by the Institute of Financial or whatever. It's an official, that's it's official hardcore data, okay? All right, that's about it. Thank you so much for your support, for your attention, and pass on that knowledge, share that knowledge, because it's all about understanding what, why Bitcoin, all right? Why do we need to decentralize? Why do we need censorship resistance? Why do we need immutability? Why do we need network consensus, trusting sort of a trustless network consensus distributed system, right? It's all about based on algorithm, cryptography, mathematics, all right? That's what we need, and we need absolute limited scarcity. That's what we need. This is the first monetary system. It's never been done before. Okay, I mean, absolute total scarcity beyond gold, because we have gold, around 175,000 tons of gold in total, and each year approximately 2 to 3% grows, all right, growing additionally, all right? So it delivers more and more every year. So that's called relative scarcity. All right, that's about it. Start accumulating as soon as you see Bitcoin somehow falling a little bit, but start accumulating, because this could be, your last chance. Long term, midterm, looking at it, this is going to be, one of your last chances to store and hodl and never lose your private keys. Put it in a hardware wallet. Never never leave it on exchange. Immediately transfer it to your hardware wallet. If you need help, support, contact me. at Keyvan, youcanbook.me. It's all right in the description. Okay, sometimes I keep forgetting, but it's keyvan.davani.youcanbook.me. All right, if you need any kind of support, set up an appointment with me. You at keyvan.davani.youcanbook.me. That's the website for the calendar, and I'll be I want to deliver you serve you wealth and freedom long term, and enjoy and pleasure for yourself, for your family, for your beloved ones, and take care. I'll see you soon again, and thank you so much for stopping by. Bye bye.